And continuing coverage this evening at 6. Tonight, 17 months after a cross-county crime spree that left a Columbus police officer hurt and a person dead, a judge sentenced 2 men for their roles in the shootout. You may remember when this happened in July 2023, the shootout shut down I-70 for hours. And today, 10 TV was in the courtroom when Aiden Jama and Faisal Durad were sentenced. Jama was sentenced to 13 years. Durad was sentenced to 25. 10 TV's Lacey Crisp has been covering that crime spree since the day it happened. It was in federal court today.
Several members of the Columbus Police Department were in the courtroom when both Durad and Jama were sentenced. The officer who almost lost his life was not able to make it. He's had another medical procedure and is still in the hospital, but he wrote a letter to the judge saying how much it's impacted his and his family's life.
It was a crime spree that shut down most of the Columbus area. Faisal Durad, Aiden Jama, and Abdissaman Ishmael robbed several car dealerships and banks in May and June of 2023 and brought the city to a halt on July 6, 2023 after a shootout on I-70.
The lives that impacted that day were dozens.
They stole a Porsche at gunpoint from buyers in Whitehall. The trio then robbed the Fifth Third Bank on Hilliard Rome Road. That's when police chased them to I-70. The shootout left Ishmael dead and a Columbus police officer fighting for his life.
Columbus police officers run toward gunfire. You saw and you heard testimony and statements in this case about how a Columbus police officer put himself between good and evil, and for the rest of his life he will pay for that, and his family will.
But they really are willing to risk their lives to keep us safe, and he certainly did that day, and he's paying the price still for it, and that's deeply, deeply unfortunate.
Durad and Jama were on the run for 96 hours. Columbus officers arrested Durad, and Jama was arrested in Chicago trying to board a plane. Now both will spend years in prison.
There is no amount of time that I think is enough for anybody who shoots a cop.
In a statement read in court, the officer said he is still facing several procedures from being shot 5 times that day. He said he forgives Durad and Jama, but that they must be held accountable for their actions. Both Durad and Jama stood in court with their family members watching and took responsibility and apologized to the officer and his family.
It's great that they can stand and they can apologize and they can talk about their future while our officer struggles to stand and he struggles to think about what tomorrow holds.
In explaining her sentence, Judge Morrison said to both Durad and Jama, she hopes it serves as a deterrent to other people who are thinking about committing similar crimes. In Columbus, Lacey Crisp, 10 TV News.